Good meowing guys, gals, impies, and YouTube catters. Neko is back and here to help you get a little bit better at Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit better at White Forest each and every day. One of the questions that I have been asked is, with the rise of Draco Tail last meta, we started siding in Anti-Spell Fragrance as kind of a turn skip against that deck, but now with branded Draco Tail being arguably one of the best decks in the format and having a quick play removal spells like Fallen and Virtuous splashed in almost each and every deck, like Sky Striker and MST in the Radiant Typhoon decks, Anti-Spell Fragrance has kind of lost its power a little bit. And so instead, White Forest lists have started to opt into siding in Diabell's the original Sinkeeper when going first in these matchups. As you can see in this recent topping list, as well as this one as well, which was a top 8 Toronto just last week. But one of the questions I have been asked by a catter is how you actually use the Diabell original Sinkeeper and how we actually get to this card and what combo. How do we get access to this? Is this just another anti-spell fragrance that you just have to hope you open? And that is not the case. And I'm going to be here today to show you how we're going to combo and what line you need to take to end on this original Sinkeeper. So let's get started. All right. So first and foremost, why are we running Diabell's the original Sinkeeper in our sideboard? That's because Diabell's the original Sinkeeper is kind of a pseudo anti-spell fragrance for the deck that we get to search out in a means by sending it from our deck to the graveyard and then reviving it later in our combo. And while it does have the anti-spell fragrance text of making your opponent set their spells and traps before activating them, it unfortunately does not floodgate completely like anti-spell fragrance, where if they set a spell or trap, they can't activate it for that turn. So they can set a normal spell or trap and then they can flip it over and activate it. What this card does in this meta is, again, with decks like branded Draco Tail, where they have to set their branded Fusion or set their branded High Spirits or set their Fallen in the Virtuous. And then against a Radiant Typhoon, where they have to set their MSTs or set all of their quick play spells, basically Sky Striker, where they have to set their quick play spells, they have to set their Rhodas. It slows them down enough that we get a chance to respawn and pop those cards with our other effects, like our Diabell Star Vengeance and our Azamina Moa Regina. For the purposes of this combo, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to be doing a full going for sideboard pattern. If you want to see sideboarding patterns for this deck, let me know down in the comments below and I'll do that in a separate video. And I'm going to be using my 40 card White Forest first place list that I got my Nats invite with. If you want to see that list, you can follow this link above my head and go to that deck guide. Like I said, we're not going to do a full sideboard pattern. I'm just going to take out one Molcharmy Perulia, since that'll be like the least impactful, obviously, and then put in the one Diabell's the original Sinkeeper. Now, Diabell's the original Sinkeeper does have the ability that if we just open the card, if we have a Sinful Spoils or any player has a Sinful Spoils card in their graveyard, we can just special summon it from hand as an extender or as an inboard piece. But hopefully we don't open it in this test hand here, so I can just show off the combo of how we can get to it naturally. So we'll do a quick test hand, and basically when you are going to be doing this combo, when you're going to be doing this line, is usually post sides games 2 and 3, depending on when you're going first. Obviously, you're going to be siding this card in against very specific matchups like branded Draco Tail, like Sky Strikers, like Radiant Typhoon, and you definitely don't want to be main decking this card at all. All right, so pretty poggers hand. So we have full combo here, obviously. Oh, also for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna do like lines to play around droll and stuff like that. We're just gonna show off the combo as simplistic as it could possibly be. First and foremost, we're just gonna go RLZ, send our woes. RLZ is going to add us our Sylvie. It's a pretty standard White Forest combo. We'll reset the woes, and this is where we get drolled and we cry ourselves to sleep. No, I'm kidding. We'll normal summon our Sylvie. Sylvie is going to add us the tails. We also have 2 Sinful Spoils in hand as well. It's a very good hand. I digress. We'll make that Resilia now. Resilia effect is going to send the tails. Going to add us our field spell. Could honestly also add us the polymerization or the sinful spoils of the White Forest if we wanted to as well. And then we're going to set that tails. We're going to then activate that tails. There we go. We'll get our Azza-Elzet. We will reveal the Azza-Elzet, special summon the Azza-Elzet. We will make the 8. And now we will go chain link 1 Azza-Elzet to search, chain link 2 to block with Diabell to get back the tails. And we will search that deception. We will activate deception. We can go deception effect now to send this Diabell Star Vengeance since we have plenty of Sinful Spoils in hand already. Deception is going to grab us our Hallowed. We're going to go Hallowed here. Make our Murasiliago. Murasiliago effect is going to add us the Sinful Spoils. So typically you would add Wanted here, obviously, but since we opened the Wanted, we don't need another Wanted. But you would want to go like Wanted for Diabell Star Vengeance to have an extra Sinful Spoils. But since we already have 2 already, we can just grab the Fusion or anything that we want to shuffle back. So we'll just grab the Fusion spell here. You don't want to grab the Trap because the Trap we're going to set off of the Diabell Star, the Black Witch. So we have the extra layer of protection. So Murasiliago added the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. Now we have 2 Sinful Spoils in our hand. Now we can go Hallowed, shuffle back that Elzet of the White Forest. Get this Hallowed Azamina back. And now we're going to go Hallowed Azamina, chain Wanted. So it's all pretty standard White Forest combo. Where we are going to deviate is what we make here. So again, normally if you didn't have a second Sinful Spoils already in hand, you would search the Diabell Star Vengeance because Diabell Star Vengeance is a Sinful Spoils card, but we already had the Wanted in hand and we already used the Diabell Star Vengeance. So we are just going to send Wanted, send Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, and we are going to make our Saint Azamina. And now we have a free shuffle back with the Wanted, sending the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest to the bottom of the deck and get a free draw. I'm just going to keep that one a blank. Okay, so checking ourselves here, I actually realized that with this starting hand, we are going to be overflooded on our board. We're not going to have enough board space. So quick revision, instead of making the Saint Azamina, since the Saint Azamina is superfluous, it's just an additional floodgate to play around, we are instead just going to make the Azamina Moa Regina by sending those 2 Sinful Spoils. It doesn't change the combo in any way. The Saint Azamina is always going to summon that Moa Regina. Just like I said, we would be out of board space if we did do it that way, just with how our starting hand is shaped up. So continuing from that point, instead of the Saint, we'll have the Moa Regina. Still does the exact same thing. We're going to send our Murasiliago with our Diabell Star, the Black Witch. Diabell Star is going to set that trap from our deck in our Sinful Spoils of Betrayal Severa. So now we have a little bit more of an insulated board. We will just go Affiliate Diabell here to add us our Diabell's the White Witch. A lot of people don't realize that Diabell's the White Witch can send any Sinful Spoils or any Diabell card from your deck to the graveyard. So a lot of people know, and especially your opponents will know, that Diabell's the White Witch sends Curse of Diabell. Curse of Diabell adds your Affiliate Diabell, and then your Affiliate Diabell adds the Vengeance. We've already had our access to our Vengeance this term, and we don't need the Curse since we've already used the Filia. So what Diabell's the White Witch is going to do here is we're actually going to send our Woes that was set because we need access to a trap in the grave. And then Diabell's is going to send from deck to grave. Instead of Curse of Diabell, what is a Diabell card is our Diabell's the original Sinkeeper. Now, since Moa Regina is not an on-summon effect, we can use the effect of Moa Regina to special out that original Sinkeeper to make our anti-spell fragrance on the field. And to wrap the combo up, we can go effect of Diabellstar Vengeance, banish Aphilia, banish our woes. So we'll banish that spell and that trap to summon our Diabellstar Vengeance. And now we can go effective Diabell, and then all 5 of our Diabell monsters that we have on our field are all now pumped to 3k. We'll finish by activating Witch just to have an extra spell and trap on the field, and to get a starter for next turn. We will get that LZ of the White Forest in our hand, and we will go to the end step. And don't forget to set your Deception for an extra spell and trap on the field. So now we are ending this combo with our Diabell of the White Forest to special summon a Tuner Synchro from the extra deck. So our Zalin, if we want the Omni Negate on the chain, or our Silvera, or our Poplar. We have a Diabellstar the Black Witch with Sinful Spoils of Betrayal Silvera set to send that Black Witch to target and negate. We have board protection with both the Witch of the White Forest protecting from battle for our White Forest cards, and Diabell's protecting from destruction effects while we control multiple Diabells. And we have that anti-spell fragrance, Diabell's the original Sinkeeper. So now our opponent has to set all of their spells and traps, including their Fallen and the Virtuous, their MSTs, their Radiant Typhoons, their Sky Striker engages, Mobilize engages. And we get to then pop those cards with these 3 cards here, this trifecta of cards here, with Diabellstar Vengeance popping a card, paying half our life, special summoning a tuner, Moa Regina popping 2 cards because both Diabellstar Vengeance, this Betrayal Silvera, are both Sinful Spoils cards. So whenever we do activate them, remember it is a win effect. So if your opponent has no response to it, we can chain our Moa Regina to then pop 2 additional cards. So we have potential pop 4 here, plus that target and negate over here, and the send the tails, reset the tails, and infinite engine to start the next turn with this line. That being said, guys, gals, and mates, YouTube catters, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this video was educational for you. If you have any more questions or any more comments, concerns about White Forest, and if you do want to see that sideboarding pattern guide for that deck list that I got my Nationals invite with, again, let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna get back to making videos more consistently again. Sorry about the little hiatus that we had, but I'm excited to be back and make more White Forest content for you and help y'all get better as duelists as well. So that being said, guys, gals, and bees, YouTube catters, hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, good night.